It's October, and that can mean only one thing. 31 Days of Horror is here. Brought to you by the Sadistic Penguin Studios, for the whole month of October, we will be releasing a new horror movie review every day. That's 31 movies in 31 days, ranging from known movies to not so known movies. Let's get to our first one. The 1990 film The Exorcist III is the third movie in the franchise, and unlike the horrible sequel Exorcist II: The Heretic, the film is actually directed and written by The Exorcist creator and original author, William Peter Blatty, who penned the sequel right after the original Exorcist was released, but due to studio reasons, decided to release the book titled Legion. The film has an all-star cast, with George C. Scott playing Lieutenant William F. Kinderman, the return of Jason Miller as Father Karras, and Brad Dourif, who you might remember as the voice of Chucky in the Child's Play franchise. The film follows Lieutenant Kinderman, played by Scott, as he investigates a string of serial murders that are reminiscent of the Gemini Killer. The problem being, the Gemini Killer has been dead for more than a decade. When a priest is killed in a hospital, Kinderman soon discovers a man who was housed in the same hospital in the psych ward has amnesia, but has been claiming to be the Gemini Killer. The man in question turns out to be Father Damien Karras, who seems to have an alternate personality. The film is a slow burn, but full of creepy images and jump scares. The performance of Brad Dourif as the alter ego of the Gemini Killer is very creepy and powerful. It just shows how underrated Dourif is as a character actor.
Gemini is dead. No, I am not! I'm alive! I go on! I breathe! Look at me! Look at me! And tell me what you see!
Frankly, I could never see anybody else play this role, as Dourif is a perfect cast for it. The film also has very weird dream sequences that feature random people, such as Fabio, and even Patrick Ewing. The overall tone of the film is just creepy in general, as included in the opening, when you walk through a hallway to see a kid keeping appearing with a rose, and eventually find out that kid was murdered. From images of Christ, to being moved, to bleeding, to old women climbing on the walls. It's definitely done to perfection, and I'm glad Blatty got to express his vision. Although he did feel some studio pressure, as in his original source material in Legion, there is no mention of an exorcism, but due to studio pressure here, he was forced to add one to the movie. Thankfully, it does not take away anything from the story, and it actually adds a little dramatic effect to the movie. In my opinion, this is a real sequel to The Exorcist, and should get more attention than it does. If you haven't seen this one, definitely check it out. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you again for some more 31 Days of Horror.